what kind of employment opportunities or careers one can make in the drone technology industry.
So what we have seen is it's not just for the engineers or for scientists. This is for an unemployed 10th pass guy can become a pilot.
And what kind of salaries people can earn if they are employed in the drone technology space.
If you are a drone pilot, a fresher will get a 20,000 rupees. If he's experienced within 1 year, he gets 35,000 to 40,000 rupees within 1 year. And if you are a developer, you are becoming a drone engineer or UAV engineer, you will start earning 40,000 to 50,000 rupees per month.
Every farmer in the country would have access to a drone today. What would really change?
It will change a lot of productivity. Example, in agriculture, they were spraying 200 liters in 1 acre for 4 to 5 hours. Same 1 acre we are doing in 10 liters in less than 10 minutes.
How big is a market opportunity in agri? Do you think it's a $1 billion opportunity? Welcome to Breakthrough Moments with Priyanka Bhatt. Most of us think of drones as cool gadgets for aerial photography or wedding photography. But today I have with me Prem Kumar V, who saw something bigger as an opportunity. He imagined drones as life-saving machines, helping farmers spray crops safely and mapping villages for better planning, and even delivering medicines to remote areas. As a founder of Marut Drones, Prem Kumar turned this vision into reality, building one of India's leading drone tech companies. Today, we are diving into Prem's journey of transforming drones from a hobbyist toy into a tool that's changing agriculture, healthcare, and governance in India. This episode is going to be full of insights, so we'd love you to stay till the end, and we'll also love your comments and feedback so that we can always strive to bring interesting episodes of young founders and leaders on this show. Till then, stay tuned on Breakthrough Moments. So let's begin with a little bit about when you talk about drones. Most of us only have seen drones where they're used for, say, filming or wedding photography. What can drones actually do in other sectors, say in agriculture, or actually saving lives of people?
See, drones are not new to India. So we've been listening drones in defense. We're seeing drones in weddings and events. But apart those two use cases, what I've said, the drones have used in multiple civilian use cases. In the civilian use cases, if you see sending a vaccine or a blood to a remotest place, or using these drones doing activities like more of a spraying, seeding, or doing cleaning, painting, facade cleaning, painting, or using these drones using for more of a carrying life jackets in the more of a flooding time or emergency time. So the use cases are multiple. So in India, the technology is open last 2 3 years back. So 2023 onwards, the technology people have come to know because of the drone rules have come and people have started seeing drones in different use cases. So we ourselves have created 5 to 6 different use cases. When we see the journey, we have started seeing it using these drones for eradication of dengue, malaria, or using these drones in agricultural for sustainable agriculture, for different applications of agriculture. Then we have used these drones for afforestation, medical delivery, surveillance, inspection. So the use cases are many. Only few use cases we have seen at present, but in coming days we're going to see multiple use cases using this drone.
Awesome. So when you talked about dengue malaria, I'd be very interested to know how does a drone actually help in dengue and malaria? That's very interesting.
See, the stats point of view, if you see, majority of people die not because of your accidents, not because of the what you see in news every day. If you see the more than 10 lakh people die in India because of the vector-borne diseases like malaria, dengue, chikungunya, or Zika virus, kind of any vector or mosquito-borne kind of a diseases. So in 2017 itself, we've realized this as a challenge. Then we started working towards it. So what we saw was the majority of these places are the public places. It can be nala, lake, water body. We Hyderabad has a in center of the city has a Musi, the around 21 kilometers of Musi which goes in the heart of the city. So the challenge is to get into inside the water body or in the dump yard or in nala and clean it up and apply kind of a oily kind of a thing. So what we were doing at first, we started what they were doing for 4 to 5 weeks, we were doing in less than one day. So what they were spending 25 30 lakhs to do it for 4 to 5 weeks. We were doing in less than 25-30,000 rupees. And so first started with more of eradication methods. Then we started using these drones for more of identification of a breeding site. So what we have built is, it's not just a drone. There is a sensors, IoT sensors. There's a drone. There's a platform. As an integrated solution, entire we've solved this problem. To give you a nutshell, they used to work from 8 o'clock to 5 p.m. So we have sensors on ground which traps the mosquitoes, which said the time, what time the mosquitoes get trapped. So the entire the pattern has moved. So mosquitoes are active from morning 5 to 9 and evening 6 to 10. So entire working hours earlier of 8 to 5 has moved to 2 shifts, because earlier they were working in a more of a non-active time of a mosquito versus what we given data driven. So what we would built was, could solve drastical 20,000 dengue cases to less than 1,000, 18,000 malaria cases to less than 1,000 in city of Hyderabad. So now we are scaling to multiple cities, this use case. So that's where the first journey where we were thinking how this technology could impact and solve the problem.
Right. No, that's amazing. I think those are some amazing insights. Could you share like a real life example of where a drone is used to save lives? How you've implemented that at Marut Drones?
See, majorly all our problem statements, what we have taken up and what we have solved is, there is a problem which has a health hazard, and can we reduce this health hazard using this technology as a drone? Because we have heard technology solves a problem, and majorly we have seen internet, we have seen mobile phone, but actually we have not seen any other technologies actually which is solving our problem. When you wake up to go get to the bed in a day, you find a lot of problems every day. What you're thinking is, someone will make it, let me buy, or let me take a service and let them solve it. So, but the challenge what we observed with our eyes was, see, first from the healthcare point of view, then we saw in agriculture where every day we depend on food. It can be grains, it can be rice, it can be pulses or leafy vegetables. But the people who are of doing this farming are prone to cancer and TB kind of a thing because of direct access to this chemical. So we thought, can we disconnect access to them, and can we reduce this kind of a more of a health hazard like a cancer? That's where the thought process towards looking at drones in agriculture point of view. Then we started seeing, okay, because of the mobility, like example, if you see you in tier 2 tier 3 cities, you have all these public health centers, community health centers, where the pregnant woman joins in this hospitals, needs a blood when there is a pregnancy time. You need like 10 units to 20 units and everything. It takes for them 3 to 4 hours to go back to a district hospital and come back. Many lives are passed away in this way. And even when there's a snake bite, you need a long tail medicine which are not available at a tier 2 tier 3 place. So what we did is, when from a road network by aerial network is one third. So what it was taking 2-3 hours for you, by air it is taking less than 30 minutes or less than 40 minutes. So literally you're saving someone's life by giving these medicines of long tail medicines or vaccines or blood in less than 30 minutes, less than 40 minutes. That could save a real drastical difference.
So it's interesting you say that, because what it helps you to do is it helps you save time, and I'm assuming it also helps you save cost.
Cost, efficiency, and
Tell us a little bit about the cost benefits in terms of if you're using drone technology vis-a-vis other traditional methods.
see, it depends on sector to sector. Example from public health, what we saw was it was bringing one third of the cost. In agri, what we saw was almost, it's not only reducing cost, it is reducing the more of time it was taking. Like example, in agriculture, they were spraying 200 liters in 1 acre for 4 to 5 hours. Same 1 acre we are doing in 10 liters in less than 10 minutes. So what it was taking 4 to 5 hours, we are doing in less than 10 minutes in more of 50% of the cost of the earlier. So it's sector wise the cost. So definitely there's a reduction of a cost. There is a more of a transparency what we are bringing. Like end user can see what is happening. Even the end user, like a farmer, can see where exactly drone went, what it is did, and he can see if what happened previously, now how it is.
It could be even for crops, right? Like what
Yes,
kind of
yes.
crops are growing in that particular area.
Yeah, there's
Weather
a
forecasting.
It's not, it's basically, if you see what has happened, like if it is a human body, when you have a fever or a cough, 20 years back you used to go to a local doctor, he used to give some medicines you used to take. If today's day, if you have a fever or cough, what do? You go to a doctor. First you do, it does a diagnosis, x-ray, it doesn't understand, then you go for CT scan, then you go for advanced MRI scan to identify a specific problem and gives a specific course. So what is happening in agriculture is, till now we were not doing any diagnosis, we were literally doing blanket activities. I have a 20 acres, I do entire 20 acres. So what we are bringing this technology is, we're trying to scan and we tell them where exactly the pest or disease, so that you are only using this chemical in specific locations of a hotspot where this liquid has been used. So because of that, first thing, the harvest which comes has a lesser pesticide, the farmer will have a better price, and the users like you and me who are eating these vegetables, rice, has a lesser pesticides, you have better health. So ultimately, the it is useful to a farmer, useful to the more of the end target audience, and also the technology is trying to reduce the cost and the time for the farmer.
Yeah. In India, what do you think is happening? Is it just a hype? Is because everywhere we are talking about drone technology, and suddenly some fad comes in, and everybody talks about that technology. Today, people are talking about AI, then people are talking about agentic AI, and then it goes on. So, do you think India is ready for drone technology, or is it just buzz or hype, marketing hype?
So when mobile phones came into India, like you take 30 years back, we used to have all STDs, ISTs, and everything. When nobody has thought like everybody will have a mobile phone in his hand. If someone would have spoken to them 30 years back, they would have said the same thing what you were asked. Like if you see automobiles, your three wheelers, four wheelers, or example in agri, what we saw was a tractor. When you have abundant people in India, why do you need a tractor? Why do you need a harvest machine? There were cases where people burned these machines also, not to bring them to rural areas, saying that you're gonna replace people, you're gonna stuff. But if you see in last 10 years, without a harvest machine, you can't complete a crop today. Without having a tractor, you can't complete, because so over the time, these all the mechanization, all these more of technologies will evolve. So like you see automobiles, like you have seen cars, bikes, and you have seen aeroplanes, similar you're going to see drones. Just that it's just next 10 years, what is the transition going to happen? Because of the importance of this, the government of India is also pushing this technology. Because till now, if you have seen any other technology, like if you want to become a software engineer, you have to learn for 1 year, 6 months. You are learning drones how to fly in less than 1 week. So some unemployed youth, it can be ITI, Polytechnic, a 10th grad, he is learning in 1 week. After 1 week, he is going back to his village, or he's going back to some other place. He starts on per day 5 to 10,000 rupees.
It just takes 1 week to fly a drone.
You can learn in less than 1 week. Less than 1 week. So you don't have a job, you go for a training. After 1 week, you're employed. You tell me which other sector, which other technology is this short, and where you start earning after 1 week of a learning a 20,000 to 25,000 rupees kind of a salary. Because of there is a huge pressure in the country for the employment, and employment at the rural areas, employment, because of not having employment in rural areas, people have come to cities. And you see that all your Zeptos, Chaiwalas, Autowalas, all your Swiggies, all these people are people who have come from tier 2, tier 3 locations. Because of not having employment there, they're coming to cities here. And what they're earning 15,000, 10,000, 20,000. What we're showcasing is, this is a technology like a drones. You start using this, you'll earn easily 30 to 50,000 rupees per month, and you don't need to be in city. You go back to your tier 2, tier 3 city where you come, and you be there, and you start earning 30 to 50,000 rupees easily. So you have better livelihood and better kind of, you'll be working with your own community, and you'll be using a new technology. You don't need to work like what as a labor or stuff. So that's where what could see is, this technology is bringing back all the people who are in cities back to rural areas. And one major shift what we have seen is, today a farmer or a labor or a, they don't want to make their children as a farmer, as a labor. because there is no employment and there is no kind of a visible kind of a, for them as a career. So what, because of these technologies, the people are starting earning better what they were going outside India or coming to cities. If you're getting equal to that, why do you want to travel? Why do you want to take the
I mean,
risk?
that's phenomenal. If you're saying a person can learn a drone within a week and still get employed and earn 25,000 to 30,000 rupees salary,
Yep.
that's massive.
Yes, that's what this technology is going to bring. In, it's not just in agriculture and everything. Coming days, you're going to see drone taxis. You're going to see drone deliveries. So you have now everybody has got habituated to 10 minutes kind of a thing. So I'm saying like, if you, tomorrow if someone has to do 5 minutes or within like 10 minutes delivery, and presently this 10 minutes delivery is in the metro cities which are 10 to 5 kilometers. If they have to expand it to like 20 kilometers or 30 kilometers from the city, they need warehouses. And so definitely drones will do from a warehouse to your dark centers or dark centers to your apartments. So this all going to happen because of people are expecting faster delivery and also expecting not to have in the more of a city itself. So what you have a life in city, you want to be the similar life it in 50 kilometers away from the city to 100 kilometers away from the city. This is all going to be bridged by this technology like a drone.
Amazing. So tell us about the licensing. So if a person wants, you said that a person can learn drones within a week, earn a salary of 25 to 30,000 rupees. So that's amazing. It's a massive opportunity for young people to get into this, and they don't even have to move out from their towns, tier 2 and tier 3 towns. They don't have to move to a metro. Let's talk a little bit about licensing and what kind of licenses are required in drone technology.
See, drones are treated similar to your automobiles. How you have a two-wheeler, three-wheeler, and a four-wheeler. Similar to all the act is a automobile act at present. What we have, the regulation comes under the civil aviation DGCA, but similar as per the drone rules what we have in India, similar to your automobile. You to drive a automobile, you need a license like a driving license. So similar for a drone, you need a license. It's a called more of pilot license. So for an automobile, you need a number. Your vehicle has a number, right? Similarly, drone has a number, like UN, what number we say. Then similar to buy a automobile, you have a bank loan, and you have a more of a, if it is in agriculture, you have a subsidies to buy a tractor, harvester. Similarly, to buy a drone, you have a loan and you have insurances. So it's similar to automobile. How you go and buy your two-wheeler or four-wheeler, similarly you come and buy your drone, and to fly this drone you need a license. There are more than 200 training centers throughout the country where you can go. Like you have driving license, also heavy driving license, like you have a, for heavy vehicles you have license. Similarly, the license is also weight, as per the weight. Up to 50 kgs you have some license, up to 25 kgs you have license, small category, mid and
You have to go to these DGCA certified training
training
academies
centers.
or centers to get the license.
Yes, you spend 1 week with them. It's similar to your, how do you your RTA guy test your car driving or and give you a license, right? Similarly, what happens in training centers is there's a theory part for 2 days. One day they do simulations. They make you see hand and eye coordination. They make you learn, and they take your test through a simulation. Third and fourth or fifth day, they'll do more of a flying with the instructors. Like you have dual steering, you have dual remote kind of the drone. You'll be learning for 1 2 days. Then in the last 1 2 days, you will be doing solo flying for 4 to 5 hours, because by then you get expertise. By then you know the rules and regulations in the country. You know what is these drones, how these drones are made, how they make you assemble, they make you understand each component of this drone, and by then you will be confident flying. So once you go out, it's up to you how much you practice more, like similar to your car driving itself.
Are drones expensive to buy?
They're not expensive if you're buying a car or buying. See, you see a range of 4 lakhs to 10 lakhs of different kind of a drones in the market, depending upon your use case. These drones are there.
And are drones only used for big companies or smaller companies can also use it?
So it's nothing big or small. If today, if you're asking car, is car used by big company or smaller company?
To be used by anyone.
Similar drones are can be also be used by anyone.
Okay. What is the biggest misconception people have about drone technology in India?
It's, highly restricted. It's not. What did government of India did is they made India into three zones: red, yellow, and green. There's an interactive map which is there with EGCA, which DGCA has a website. You just go and check in that locality. If this is green zone, you don't need to seek any permission. You can fly a drone. If it's yellow zone, you have a height restriction, and if it's a red zone, you need to seek a permission for it. So what they opened India entire as a you don't need to, because earlier before drone rules, it is you need to seek a look permission from a police commissioner level. So they have simplified this entire.
So in the current scenario, who do you have to seek permission from? Who's the authority?
So if it is a zone, if it is a green zone, you don't need to seek any permission. You have a license, you have a valid drone, you can go and fly, like how you drive a car, similar.
And do you have to directly apply to DGCA for a, say, for a red zone, for example?
Yes.
Do you have to take approvals from DGCA to fly?
Yes. So basically, only in red zone there is a Ministry of Civil Aviation. So where you have there's specific format where you apply and you get this permissions, and people within a few days you are getting it. It's not that it's endless. It is there's a time bound activity which they do it.
I wanted to ask you, is drone flying very technical? Because from the looks of it, right, for if you have an outside in perspective, it looks just very technical. So is it too technical to fly, or anybody can learn it?
Anybody can learn, and it is fully autonomous. If you have a predefined path, you know certain location, you can define a drone goes and comes back to the same location. You can do fly. If you see, if your drones are flying in every event, every wedding, and if you see every rural areas these days, the drones are flying in agri fields. If it is so difficult, only few setup of people will learn, right? So we have it cuts across men, women. It doesn't, there's a myth of people only men can fly. No, there's a equal it's cuts across, similar like car or a bike. If say is only for men, no, it's for anyone.
So Prem, I was actually curious to know that what kind of employment opportunities or careers one can make in the drone technology industry.
See, there is a drones are helpful for all the different set of like for every person. You need minimum 10th as a graduate. 10th graduate is enough, and all the trainings are also happening in local dialect, in Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, kind of English, kind of a dialect. It's happening. So what we have seen is it's not just for the engineers or for scientists. This is for an unemployed 10th pass guy can become a pilot. So we have seen a 10th guy, a 10th pass guy, or an ITI or a degree pass, or even engineers. Even we have trained doctors, we have trained lawyers and scientists, from agriculture scientists to a DRDO scientist. There is minimum 10th pass is what is needed for it.
And what kind of salaries people can earn if they are employed in the drone technology space?
See, if you are a drone pilot, a fresher will get a 20,000 rupees. If he's experienced within 1 year, he gets 35,000 to 40,000 rupees within 1 year. And if you are a developer, you are a mechanical engineer, electronics engineer, you are becoming a drone engineer or UAV engineer, you are start earning 40-50,000 rupees per month. Starting itself as an engineer. So what we have seen in 1 year, the salary is 2 times of what they've joined. The faster kind of exponential growth is happening in this sector.
So, what are the trends you've seen, say, in the last 3 to 5 years that makes drones a real solution for metros and even villages?
See, for metro cities, we have seen surveillance as a big aspect, women safety, or doing any kind of a passive events. It can be your rallies, it can be your emergence, it can be your any political rallies and everything. Handling the crowd and surveillance as a big subject. So we have worked with the state police, and we worked with more of a disaster response. Example, last week itself, Hyderabad had a flooding. So where they've used for more of a sending food, ration or water, milk to the households, from one household to other household. So disaster response point of view, surveillance point of view is very particular for the metro cities. When it comes to rural areas, purely agriculture dominates maximum rural areas, and we have seen similar like tractors, drones have been used today, and these are aerial tractors in rural areas. And what tractor did a disruption last 10-15 years, so drones gonna do. So today, if you see 10 lakh tractors have been sold in India, so in next 5 years, drones going to be equal to a tractor sales in India. So that's what we could see. Rural area, entire the technology adoption going to happen.
Amazing. And how can AI help in the usage of drones today? Because everybody's talking about AI. So how can it help in the drone sector?
See, in the surveillance itself, when we are capturing certain area, example, you have a specific location. You are doing presently. You're depending on people, and the person itself is a problematic. He might do something. He might. So perimeter surveillance, what we say. So if any deviation in that part, the software part, which is the AI part or the more of the machine learning part of what we have, any deviation directly alerts with a lat long of that specific kind of a thing. Like if you have a more of hundreds of acres or thousands of acres, if something happening, you need multiple people to manage, and two shifts, three shifts, different people you need. With the drone and the camera which is there, which a feed is coming to the cloud, you are able to in the cloud itself you could able to, the engine runs and tells you particularly what exactly is that person. Example, police uses for the suspects, they have offenders, they have thefts, and when there is a rallies or when there is a events, they superimpose on the drone footage and they'll try to identify if something, some person is come. Or even in crops, what we are doing is we fly and we tell them the pest, disease and yield estimation, or using in, you can think of any kind of a inspection kind of a thing like uh, pipeline inspection. It's in hundreds of kilometers, lot of leakages happen, so you could able to identify that leakage. And easiest thing is a transmission line. Till now you're depending on person getting into the transmission line and to understand nut bolt or any loss of transmission. With the drone with thermal camera, we could able to tell that exactly what you are depending on people, and within, like, drone can do couple of kilometers in within a day.
And do you think drones can replace humans on the field?
It's not replace, like example, makes you efficient, makes you better data driven, and also you are using them for better purposes, not for a more of a, we are habituated for a lot of inefficiencies, and we are taking for what was taking for multiple days, we're cutting down to single day. What was taking for a whole day, we're cutting down to few hours into few minutes, and the decision what we are taking is a data driven.
Got it. And a lot of people have this misconception that drones are fragile. The material used to make drones is not the best material. So can you debunk some misconceptions around this?
If you're sitting in a flight and you're safely landing and using every day, what the materials you're using in a flight, what your materials you're using in a car, you're going one place to other place, you're feeling it's safer. Similar materials are used. It, and since the drones are at present not carrying person, they're carrying certain payload of 10 kg, 50 kg, 100 kg. They're used for specific applications. So there we use carbon fiber, we use plastic, and we use more of materials which are more of lighter weight, so that a longer duration drone can be in the air. But the composite materials are widely what they're using in any of your automobile, any of your other more of hardware. Similar kind of materials have been used. Just that the carbon fiber and all more of a lighter kind of materials are used here.
And that's why you're able to bring down the cost by one third.
No, it's not because of the hardware and everything. It's because of the application. Example, you need hundred of people. You are doing an event. You need a lot of people to monitor. Versus you have a drone which is mobilely going and is doing the surveillance activities. It is making the on-ground people more efficient. Example, there was a statue of equality in Hyderabad. Then for a launch, Prime Minister was coming it, and the entire ORR, the state police brought more than 20,000 policemen from district areas. So what they did is the drone had a speaker where a commissioner saying, "I'm watching you. You be alert. People are around you." So the people on ground did not had food, water, and they worked such a, because they don't know who is a commissioner. But there is constant a drone coming, and there's always coming. They're thinking the commissioner sir is sitting in a command center and watching them. So that is making them alert to do better kind of a work. So the efficiency has increased more.
Amazing. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about what Marut Drones exactly does? And if you can just lay it down as a layman, and what are the different products you'll have?
So, Marut Drones is a drone manufacturing, a drone OEM, and so we started our journey solving a public health issue like for dengue, malaria, and then we have pivoted to agriculture. In the course of agriculture, because of a scientific trials we were doing, scientific validation, we have established drones using for afforestation, planting, or drones in delivery. So we were the first company to do transportation of blood, vaccine, delivery of a 20 kgs up to 50 kilometers in 2022. And today we have around 6 products with us, starting from dengue, malaria, agriculture, afforestation, medical delivery, survey mapping, to a cleaning, painting kind of activity. These drones are different products, and this catered for different kind of sectors. What we have.
And how many, you said the drones can carry 20, up to 20 kilos.
So we have today up to 100 kgs, which they can carry. So from a 10 kg, we get a customers who ask us for a surveillance drone which is 5 kg to a 100 kg, different, and we have a diverse customers. People are very quirky. Like we have one customer who asks us saying that I want to transport a live fish from a point A to point B.
So how big are these drones, in the sense, if it's 100 kg, if a customer is asking you to carry 100 kg of weight, how possibly big are these drones?
These are like 2 times of this kind of area. Your table is there, right? 2 times of this table kind of area is this.
That's it, and that drone is able to carry
100 kgs.
100 kgs.
Yes.
Interesting. I know I've read about your journey, Prem, that you were into filmmaking earlier, and now you're building flying machines. What got you to, got you into this field of drone technology, especially because you were in filmmaking earlier?
So, like many, I've did my engineering. I did my bachelor's from IIT Guwahati, Electronics and Communications. Then got into job. So I used to make tablet PCs. By then in 2011, so Akash to tablet PC for education. So by Matchbit at IIT was a filmmaker. To make him as a director, we started this company called Rasta Films in 2012. So in last 10 to 15 years, the production house was created to make him as a director. Then eventually we saw a lot of people were challenging us, saying that, okay, you're good at technology. Can you make a creative film or creative kind of stuff? That's where we have created another organization called Rasta Studios, where we do commercials, we do documentaries, we do more of VR, AR, all the aspects and everything. So 10 years back that started Rasta Studios, and through Rasta Films we produce films, we direct to make him as a director. Then we realized a lot of people like him who wants to become a filmmaker, so we produced a couple of films through Rasta Films. So in that journey, we did a film called Mitti. It's on more of farmer suicides. That's where the trigger point where it was that, like, if you Google cancer train, everyday train goes from Punjab to Rajasthan for treatment of cancer patient. More than 90% are farmers. So that's where the first trigger point for us to look at, okay, can we solve this problem, was the thought process. From there, then we started understanding the problem more. Then we have started seeing, so if you type spray deaths, Yavatmal, kind of this place in Yavatmal, people were spraying manually. A sudden wind blown to villages, more than 1,000 people got affected, more than 100 people passed away.
Spring, people were spraying what?
Like people were spraying in agriculture field. Sudden wind blown, it went to the multiple households, villages, and there are a lot of spray deaths. So what we realized is the farmer who is doing the activity like farming needs need to spray because of pest and disease. He sprays with his hand and eats food with his same hand, and in the environment where he sprays and drinks the water when in the environment. So he is prone to cancer. So we were disconnecting that. Because of that, from a Rasta, because of that, to solve this problem, Marut come into the picture in 2018. So that's where the journey from a filmmaking company to a Marut as a drone manufacturing company. Once we solved, then people were asking, since you have solved, why can't you provide this to us? That's where we started making it as a manufacturing.
Right. So who do you manufacture for? Like who's your target audience?
See, in agri, we create micro entrepreneurs. So what we do is we identify unemployed 10th pass, polytechnic, ITI, or existing guy who is driving auto, JCBs, or the thing. They come for training centers. We facilitate them the loans. Like government has a non-collateral loan of 10 lakh rupees at 6% interest. We facilitate them a loan, and they go back to the village. They use this as a service model, because in India small farm holdings are there, which are 1 acre to 5 acres.
So Prem, I was keen to ask you who's your target segment at Marut Drones and what kind of customers do you serve?
So at present for agriculture, we work with rural areas, creating micro entrepreneurs and working with the pesticide companies, or working with more of contract farming companies at present. When it comes to industrial point of view, we have all B2B customers and PSUs as customers, where they're using for a different applications what we have at present.
And what was that one crazy moment that you had in your career uh, that made you realize that this could be a real problem to solve?
See, from a day one of our Marut, when we have created, the core thesis was we have to solve a problem. There's a problem, we have to solve it. And once we solve it, we have to scale it. So it has to be tech driven, because I can't be constrained to one geography and one location. And if it is solving and if it is scalable, I think let's go aggressive on it, was a thought process. So first, when we have taken this problem of dengue malaria, we are not a biotech guys, and we are not a chemistry guys to understand what is this mosquito. We are not a doctors to understand what is dengue malaria and everything. We are engineers with it. Okay, we can do it, and we started working towards it. So once we saw the difference impact on the people, like it's solving lives of people, where we have impacted more than 10 million lives in Hyderabad. That's the impact has driven us to scale. Okay, we have solved this and we can scale it. When we have similarly we saw in agri also. So what we have seen is today, you go to any cancer hospital at 20 years old is getting cancer, where they don't have any family precedence of cancer and everything, is because what we eat has excess kind of a pesticide and stuff. So what we have seen, the entire sector, the digital transformation or adoption has not happened. And any of the tech what you have seen, the farmer, the apps or the sensors, he was thinking they were for his son who is in Canada, who is in US, not for him. When it comes to drone, he was feeling it for me, because there's a problem of a pest or disease. A drone is coming, solving within 24 hours or 48 hours. There's a subconscious trust has come on the technology like a drone. So that's where we see the entire transformation which is going on. Because today in agriculture, the core problem what we have seen is the labor shortage, because people are coming to cities to earn easily by driving a two wheeler or doing a auto or a cabs kind of a thing. Nobody wants to do that hard work of 5 6 hours in the sunlight, harsh sun and everything. So the entire, if we don't adopt the technology like this drones, entire the the production reduces. Ultimately, the value chain has an impact on everything. So that's where we see the end outcome, which is a larger impact. That impact is driving us towards building these products or working towards everything.
Amazing. And what was that biggest challenge that you faced while you were building your first prototype?
See, first when we were building it, people were thinking it is a replacement of people only. When we had took first the drone and said we'll solve the problem of dengue or solve the problem of shortage of labor, they were thinking, okay, you're going to replace people. We were saying no. We were trying to give you a more of product which helps with the existing people itself. Their existing people can be used better way, where this could solve the obvious problem which you are trying to do it. Because example, first when we were trying to solve this dengue malaria, people are getting into the water body. There are snakes. The people are submerging inside. The people who submerge also, because they get drunk and get into the water. They get a lot of contagious diseases. So we are trying to sell them, okay, there's a better way to handle him than sending him to the water of a lake or water body or a nala. Then when we're doing it in agri also, he's, because of direct contact, he's prone to cancer. Once I remove the direct contact itself, you're saving him to prone to this cancer kind of a thing. So that's where we could show them, because of its visible kind of a thing. Within few days, we are building trust, and because of the awareness about drones is limited, it's not that wide, and the early stages of technology. Still, that many of people are not aware of it at present.
Understood. And when you look at India as a country, I think India is liberalizing a lot of regulations uh, with respect to drone manufacturing. So, how do you think the policy has evolved now, and what needs to be done by the government?
See, government of India is very proactive. Uh, since because we have very young civil aviation ministers. Earlier we used to have a Jyotirudaya Scindia who was very proactive. Now we have Ram Mohan Naidu, who is a very young guy who also is very proactive uh, to see what is happening outside and why can't we do it in India. Um, s- they've simplified drones up to a 50 kgs now, but the request is coming 100 kgs, 200 kgs, like cargo drones, drone taxis. The regulation uh, started simplified, but it got stuck, and after that there's no kind of a progress what we see.
So, what do you think is a hesitance by the government? Why is there no progress?
It's not hesitance, it's taking time, because we there's a called BVLOS, sending drone to a non-visible area and doing certain kind of activities. It's called BVLOS. As a policy is not there. A lot of people talk about drone taxi, but there is no policy rolled out for eVTOLs and in the country. We get fascinated by news saying that in India drone taxi will come, Bangalore drone taxi will come, solve the problem of traffic and everything. But the actual on ground the policies or certifications of the scheme which has been not rolled out. Because of that, we are getting hold up. Because those who gonna come, and the best part is the all the government officials are also, for them also is new this technology, so they're listening to industry. They're ready to take a bet on this industry because of employment, because of the what it gonna bring. So what we have seen in the last 5 years, what we have seen is a common man, like a farmer or an unemployed, or even a politician like a chief ministers, prime ministers. Everybody is excited towards this technology. There's a sense of aspiration that this technology could solve his problem or create him as employment or try to bring a certain kind of a change. That's why the aspiration levels are very high.
Now, could you explain drone as a service to someone who's never heard that term?
See, you're a farmer, uh, you have a problem, you have a 10 acres, you don't have a people to do like activity. And you, for a 10 acres, you don't want to buy a drone. The simplest is you find out a local guy who is using your tractor or a harvester who already has a drone. You ask him, he comes and does 1 day, 2 day activity. You're paying pay per use, pay per tank, or pay per day, and you're simplified like how you were renting or hiring a JCB or a tractor. Similar way, you're renting and hiring this drone at 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees per acre or per day, if a few thousand rupees.
Yeah, and how much do you think it will take a local operator to break even after buying and learning to operate a drone?
See, we have seen people who are buying for cinematography, the break even is in less than 3 months. People are buying for drones for surveillance, the break even is in less than 6 months. The people are using for agriculture purpose, the break even is in less than 8 months. And in a civilian space, we see 6 to 8 months is a break even, what we have seen. And it's all now, there's a drone, there's a technology. How do you start doing a business? It's similar.
Got it. And say if I'm a farmer, I how much does it actually cost me to hire a drone vis-a-vis doing things manually?
See, if you're hiring a person, male is 1,000 rupees, woman is 750 rupees per day, and you're doing multiple days to do this activity. Hiring a drone is a per acre, it's 500 rupees. So literally, you're 70% of a cost, what you're incurring earlier, you're able to use this drone. You're saving 25 to 30% of the cost. And the best part is what you were You're getting work done is a big challenge in rural area. You have a labor, you, you give food, give shelter, and you'll be lucky he'll do for a few days and he'll run away. And getting the same guy again is a big challenge, what we have seen. So where it comes, a drone comes for few minutes, like less than 1 hour, less than half an hour, you're completing the entire.
Yeah. And for Marut Drones, what is the revenue model? Is it drone sales? Is it services? Is it something else?
So we are a manufacturers. Drone sales is a prominent thing, and we have a drone training centers also. More than 80% of our revenue comes from the drone sales. A 10% comes from your drone training, and 10% comes from drone as a service. We enable people to do service. We don't do directly. Similar like your Ola Uber, it's like a use the farmer requests service, a nearest entrepreneur goes and does it. So we enable this as a drone as a service element there. So we have a and we have a spares also. As a manufacturing, we sell a drone and we also sell a spares.
So the farmer will book the drone from you directly
Yeah. So
and
we
drive
have
it
yeah,
from you guys.
similar to your Ola Uber, people book the service. A nearest entrepreneur goes and does it. So if you see in 100%, 80% comes from a sale of a drone or component at present.
And how much how does running a DGCA approved academy that you have, a pilot academy, help you in your business?
See, uh, as per the rule, it's a mandate. You need to have a DGCA certified drone and a pilot license. It's a regulatory compliance. It's like you when you have a automobile, you need to buy from a buy from a showroom, and you have to have a license mandatory to drive it. Similar to that. Today, training, a lot of people without going to a training center, they do it, but that informal training doesn't help. Like how police stops you and asks your license.
Yeah.
Similar, if you're flying a drone tomorrow, someone police kind of like a person comes and asks you, you have any license to fly this? So this license will help you in regulatory kind of issues in tomorrow.
Got it. And for someone who has never seen, say, drones outside of weddings, what's the real difference between, say, a toy drone, a military drone, and an agri drone?
So these are different applications what you have seen. Like if you say automobile, you have a two-wheeler bike, you have a tractor, and you have a bunker which you see in defense. All comes in like looks like four. There's a four wheels, three wheels, two wheels, dozen activity. There are different applications, right? So like if you see a car which is used for your mobility point of view every day, comes from 8 to 10 lakh rupees, to a big trucks which you see, they're in few crores. Similar, like these are different kind of use cases and applications. Starting from cinematography, what they use for videography for the events and weddings, comes from 4 to 5 lakh rupees, and agri drone comes from 6 to 8 lakh rupees, to a defense drone which you see comes to around 20 to 30 lakh rupees. These are different application, different usage, and based on that, the systems have been made.
And how do you think the drone ecosystem in India is different from other countries, Prim?
See, every country has a regulation, and India is a land of opportunities. So you have more than 600 companies in drones at present. I don't think these many companies will have in any other country. Every city you go, more than 50 companies are there now, and there are smaller service providers, drone as service, similar like your cab, how people have purchased a cab and kept in Ola, Uber, and became a thing. There are many people who have become a service provider, have multiple cabs and run this as a business. We have seen a lot of service providers buying these drones and creating smaller hubs, providing the service to end users. It can be for surveillance, it can be for your spraying, it can be for your survey mapping. So the service providers is there. So it's a itself is a big industry. So India is equal to a couple of countries. What they do, that many companies have here, and because we ourselves has a more of domestic and export kind of opportunities, it's it gonna increase more.
If I had to ask you, say, if every farmer in the country would have access to a drone today, what would really change? Will it be for health, productivity, or lifestyle?
Productivity, it will change a lot of productivity because he is getting work done with the people still. With the drones, he gonna change a lot of productivity.
Right. And besides public safety, besides health hazards, besides agriculture, you also spoke about drones. getting used for, say, e-commerce companies using drones. What are the best adoption? What is the best adoption that you're seeing in the next 5 years in the
See,
country?
the India, how much we say industrialization, still we depend on agriculture. It's a backbone for us. And agri is a first which you see in large scale adoption, what we see. And next is the defense, which you see a large scale adoption for all your tactical surveillance, delivery, kind of a thing. Then you see a lot of PSUs are adopting. It can be your oil and gas inspection point of view. It can be your transmission line. It can be for your mining. These all people are PSUs are using extensively the drones. Then your corporates are using. It can be your all your solar, windmill, like cleaning of solar panels, windmill cleaning, or doing a painting or facade cleaning, kind of a thing is a more of B2B and corporates going to use and everything. So today the defense and agriculture dominates more, then surveillance activities, then other applications will start coming in.
Right. Could you walk us through your flagship product, the AG365? What is so special about this product?
See, this product is made particularly in agriculture purpose. So the key, the biggest is it is making someone unemployed to employed earn minimum 35,000 to 50,000 rupees per month. And the name 365 says 365 days usage. Like where draw parallel to a tractor, people have seen tractors carrying, doing different applications like plowing, spraying, kind of a multi-purpose. Similarly, drones are also used for a multi-purpose. And we want a usage of 365 days. That's what the name itself says. And we want to be cut across the states. We don't want to misspell in Tamil Nadu or in Bihar or in Rajasthan or in Andhra. So we wanted to make it very simple. So 365 is wanted to tell them. So and second is first we have come up with a spray everybody wants. Then we started seeing what are the farmer looking for.
When you say spray, is it for mosquitoes?
It's for pest and disease,
Pesticides.
pesticides, insecticides, nutrients, any liquid form first. Then we move to another application, any granular forms. It can be a urea, it can be or any granulars kind of a thing. Then what we have started looking at, can it do more than these two applications? That's where we started looking at transplantation. If you do a paddy crop, if you go in Google and say transplanting paddy, you will say a woman do 10 15 women doing it manually. And thanks to cosmetics, thanks to today people are getting educated, I don't think you won't find 20 to 40 age women doing those activities. And coming days is more difficult, so you have to automate that. And the key challenge also is when you do manually they are uneven, so you can't send a harvest machine. So the key problem statement itself, spacing has to be maintained, and you don't have the 20-25 days. So today the AG365 drone does 6 applications: spraying, granular fertilizer, transplantation DSR, then pollination, thermal fogging, and crop monitoring. All these 6 applications are done with one single drone. And the entire this is in a click, in 2-3 clicks. The user, the pilot doesn't need to manually do. You just need to keep the coordinates of the field. Just click, drone goes and does the activity. Where it started comes back to same once the battery is less than 20%. If it has a trees or any kind of obstacle, it can detect and avoid, and it maintains the uniform height. We have a sensors which is taken care. So what we are simplifying is entire software is taking care for him. So you literally you're doing farming without getting into the field.
Very interesting. And you have something called Marut Zap as well to fight mosquitoes. Right. So, what impact has it had on your business?
See, in the starting day of the birth of Marut has happened solving this problem of Marut Zap, where we wanted to reduce the health impact of a dengue malaria. And it was not just the drone, it was a couple of technologies together as a solution. And we brought that as a technology into this space is because in last 75 years, for a issue like a dengue malaria, we were doing health camps. and we're trying to do more of a not a proactive. We are doing more of a, once season comes, we are literally going to hospitals and we're clueless. To the place we have brought it to preventive. Like we're trying to tell them, quantify where is the problem, how to solve that problem, and not to rush to the hospital and tell them like you do whatever you want. But I want to be free from this dengue or malaria. So this is a unique solution from India to the world, what you could say. So we have brought a technology from India to the world. Is what.
And what project are you personally very proud of in your entire journey of entrepreneurship?
See, the each product what we has as a problem solving. So our DNA is, can we solve this problem, and a tech build it. And each product has more of that energy what we take keep it. That's the reason we keep as a product. Than, so for us the money is a byproduct what we think. Once you solve, once you scale, automatically money will come. And people want to use that, and people want to make a business out of it. So automatically we see. So the first, since we have started with the dengue malaria, it was a core starting for us. But lately this, once we started looking at agri, the, and once we saw the resilience of a farmer with so many odds and so many challenges, he could able to do a farming and give a produce, and doesn't earn, but still gets motivates and does every year and feeds the entire country. So that's what we saw was agri was a core what we could show.
So, how big is a market opportunity in agri? Is it? Do you think it's a $1 billion opportunity?
It's multiple $1 billion, because if you have a farm you have to spray. There's no other kind of a thing, and you are depending on people.
And India has tons of that.
Yeah, still how much we do the industrialization, how much we are doing urbanization, still sizable acreage is in agri. And entire COVID hit, the only sector which helped India is agri sector.
Oh, absolutely. Now, I'd love to speak to you about a little bit on marketing, right? When you're looking at marketing a product like drone technology to, say, a farmer who's not very tech savvy, how do you really communicate your message?
So the simplest way is experience. Once he sees in his field, once he get the experience of how what it does. So whenever we go to any place, we don't need to tell everybody. We tell a farmer, bring at least 5 farmers with you, and we show in his field half acre. These 5 guys are enough to get you for 1 month of a work, because by the word of mouth spreads very fast. And what we have seen is, thanks to Prime Minister who does everywhere goes and talks about drones. When Bill Gates came also couple of months before, he came to India. The Prime Minister said, "Go and see what drones are doing, how employment is creating." So then Bill Gates himself personally spoke to a couple of self-help groups. So what more you could ask? So every new media shares a lot of stories about that. There is a sunrise sector. This is so there is a lot of push by the state government, central governments, and there is a lot of. It's actually bridging that what India needs, the employment, or the support to a farmer, or the younger generation not moving out of and only doing IT jobs kind versus to a core jobs. Because of drone, mechanical engineer is getting employed, electronics engineer is core is there, or even you see a sector like a biotech, a chemistry guy is also getting employed. It's not just one, whatever you learn and you do some random odd job.
Use cases are multiple in drone,
Yes.
right? So different industries can benefit out of that,
Yeah,
and
it
careers
is.
can be made in different sort of
Yes.
industries, whether you're an engineer, whether you're from a pharma background or any other background, so as
Yes.
to say. But tell me, besides demonstrations and word of mouth with farmers and the support of the government, of course, are there any other social media channels you're using to push out your content?
So yes, we use extensively the digital medium itself, because we have to reach millions of people. It's not just a few set of people. So we use YouTube a lot, and we also do a lot of Instagram, and we use Facebook a lot, because our target audience are in Facebook and YouTube. We do a lot of the more of the outreach activities through Facebook, Meta, or through more of YouTube at present.
And what kind of marketing strategies work, say, in rural India vis-a-vis, say, urban India?
See, like product like a rural product, lot of subsidies will work, incentives will work. Like example, festival offers works. Like we are going through model where how automobiles have come to rural areas till the household. Similar what they were doing it, we're literally following the same. How tractors have come, how automobiles have come. We're following the same footsteps for the rural part of it. For urban, it is B2B, right? It's purely on more of Google ads or Google website inbound, or reaching out through more of exhibitions, expos. So, but showcasing in expos and being part of the conferences.
So when you say ads, are these ATL ads, mainstream ads, ATL ads,
Yeah, ATL ads and BTL also both.
newspaper?
Yes. Now we have not gone till the newspaper level. It's just in conferences events, once we keep the experience centers and keep it part of stalls and everything, that at present till that level we have there. Till newspaper level and everything, the industry will get up.
Right. And how do you really build trust with a high tech product, especially because awareness is so low, especially with the farmers community. So how do you build trust with them?
See, prob the farmers are very intelligent. They'll see product and they'll tell you this will work, this won't work. So once we are bringing a product for a certain kind of use case, they judge very fast. So even see, okay, cost wise, they're very calculative in the cost and calculative in the more of a is really helping him or not. So that's why the entry part was a spray, any form of a spray. The best part was what traditionally they were spraying 100 liters. With the drone, it has become 10 liter. So you're saving almost 80% of a water. So farm the majority places water is a big issue, usage of water. And the second impact what we shown was the health hazard, cancer, and this kind of a thing. We have direct access. So now what is happening is because of the shortage of labor and all the practices are old practices. They've been challenged because of the weather changes, because of the soil getting more of a not fertile. There are a lot of challenges what they face already. So the biggest challenge what they're facing is the shortage of people, and the work needs to be done with the people. So that's where these drones are coming and helping him solving that shortage of people. And what we see the aging in agri particularly, the average age of farmer is 50 now. So you need to bring 20 to 40 years age old to back to farming.
Yeah. So do you have like sales reps in your organization who actually position the position Marut Drones as a leading manufacturer of drone technology to farmers? How does that process work?
So majorly we work with the dealers and distributors at present. Existing tractors, agri implements, or inputs or fertilizer dealers which are there already in rural areas, we make them as a dealer, and there's this incentive for them on every product sale or inquiry over there. They already have a hyper local kind of a more of a trust with the farming community. So we go through them, and sale or service is routed to him through a distributor, dealers, or channel partners.
So if you had unlimited resources, what's the dream drone you'd build for India?
See, everybody talks about a lot of these taxis because of challenge of this traffic. Because how much you say the cities which are bustling with the challenge of traffic. So basically, we are also working with one Japanese company, SkyDrive. So to bring a 3 passenger taxi to India, because of regulation compliances are not simplified at present. So we see those taxis coming in, so that from airport to your at least any place, or when you're going sightseeing, you don't need to be in traffic for a couple of hours. And city like Hyderabad also these days, when there's rainfall, there's a 4 5 hours you're in the traffic. And so in coming days, the challenge is on you're spending majority of time on road than in the office.
And when do you see drones delivering foods, medicine, or parcels in India?
In the next 3 to 5 years, it's possible. So like to your apartments, we might not come to your household, but it comes to your common place till your security. We'll have a drone station where parcel comes and drops there. Your local guy will come and gives to your household, because you don't want a stranger coming knocking your door and having challenges. And you'll be seeing a regular intervals in the city at drone stations where there are more of a drone comes and lands there. You go and scan, take the parcel from your office, next to your office, or next to your apartment, or next to your community.
I'll be very excited to see how this technology unfolds. So, are you guys in touch with the government already and in conversations with the government to implement this?
Yes, we're already working towards it. So we're working in healthcare at present for delivery of vaccine, blood, and everything. For more of your work, talking to the Swiggy's or Zeptos for doing hyperlocal deliveries because they have been challenged with the 10 minutes kind of a delivery.
So, fast forward to say 2035, what will drones, how will drones really play and in an average Indian's life? What role will drones play? I'll reframe the question.
So the simplest thing is today you need a organ transportation or a you're stopping traffic, you're sending green line, yellow channel, and everything. Similarly, you don't need to do that. From airport directly comes to your lands on your hospital, whatever organ or it can be blood, it can do it. Or you want to come to one part to other part of city, you don't need to be in traffic. You need to be in few minutes. You'll go and reach your home and do it, or to the office you'll reach it. Or you want a certain kind of a data, like you have a running a PSU, you're a PSU, you have a transmission lines. You don't need to go in the field and do it all manually, sending people and do it. You can sitting in the office, you can see what is happening, how much transmission, what is the inspections, surveillances. Or your police, you don't need to be on field. Sitting in the office, you can take the screenshot of a car or a bike which is doing violation, and you can just announce them. Or you can if someone is doing a theft and running away, you can follow him till he reaches there. So it's not a stationary, it is a moving kind of object.
Right. So, do you imagine a future where, say, humans and drones could co work as partners?
Eventually that's there as per regulation also. For every drone you need a pilot mandatory. So you're increasing more people do better and efficient kind of a way.
How do you think AI and swarm technology could change the way drones operate in farms or cities?
Yes, see, swarm is series of drones working with one single intelligent person and everything, effectively using it. Already defense is using it, like for surveillance, tactical point of view, they're already using it. In agriculture also, but the challenge in India is a small and marginal farmers. You have a every 1 acre, 2 acres, there's a different crop. So swarm technology in agriculture becomes a challenge, but crop monitoring point of view or doing some analytical point of view, definitely swarm will definitely helpful. So you don't need for every drone a person. You need one intelligent person to handle multiple drones as a swarm. But already in surveillance or in delivery, where you have a person and you program it such a way multiple. Even for drone shows, you might be seeing it big billion day in sky. Some visuals you're seeing it, or even weddings. So you can your valuable moment or any of your celebration can be in sky using these drones at present.
Right. And what is a futuristic feature that you're most excited about that people don't even know that exists today?
See, with 5G and the at edge level itself, the drone's going to make certain decisions in coming days. You don't need a person to trigger, person to do. Drone detects and does the activity directly and everything. So today, the many of people get suddenly surprised. Something in air for a few minutes does it. Drone shows what you see. It's which is giving you a good wow experience at present. What you could see, or suddenly you need something, you're just clicking in and mobile, and suddenly drone is coming and delivering something, which going to be wow for people thinking it.
So you'll still require human intervention to operate it, right? Because it can't replace
So you're
humans.
programming it, you're pre-programming it, automatically goes and does it these activities.
And what would you want India to be known for globally in drones? Innovation, scale, or impact?
Definitely innovation, because we are a youthful company. What you country, what you see, because and we can build. Already we are depend. Entire world is depend on the tech what India does. So the new innovation should come from India, not depend on West or the other country. And the what world needs will come from India is what we could see.
Right. And what are your plans for Marut Drones? Say, where do you want to take the company in the next 5 years?
The next 5 years we want to make it a 1,000 crore company. So we wanted to diversify not just in agri. in more of multiple sectors, and we are already present in 12 to 14 states. We'll be physical officers, and we'll be having a team of 500 people in the next 5 years.
Wish you luck and all the best for that.
Thank you.
If a drone could deliver a message all over India, what would it say?
I'm your buddy, and use me for any of your application.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much for those insights, Prem. I think that's been such a insightful discussion. I think I've learned so much about drone technology today in India. But amazing conversation. So thank you and wishing you all the best
Thank you.
for everything that you're building with Marut Drones.
Thank you,
Thanks a
and
lot.
thanks a lot.
Please write your comments in the comment section below and give us feedback on this episode and what you thought. If you have any other feedback on the interesting guests that you would want on our channel, hit us up on Breakthrough Moments with Priyanka Bhatt. We are available on YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Till then, stay tuned, keep building, stay curious, and stay inspired.